Good morning. This is television station WOR-TV in New York City, transmitting on Channel 9 between the frequencies of 186 and 192 megahertz. With studios located in the WOR-TV Production Center at 1481 Broadway, offices at 1440 Broadway, and transmitter atop the Empire State Building. This station is a member of the Association of Independent Television Stations. And now, our national anthem.
I don't think this is a national anthem, but we'll do our best. Hello, everybody. This is Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Welcome. This is Ham Radio Live. I'd like to ask you to please hit that subscribe button. That subscribe button is going to help people find us here on YouTube. And, you know, that's the kindest thing you could do for me. It is, because, you know, it helps people find the channel and hopefully get themselves licensed and on the air. It's our way of helping out. So, you know, help us out. Just hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Today is Tuesday, January 26, 2021. So glad to see you guys. Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Sorry, a little late today. Yeah, usually try and start the show at 1900 Zulu. You know, try and do it that way. This is the only live ham radio podcast that's like a radio show that there is on YouTube. It's live, and we set it up so that people in North America and Europe can watch the show live, hopefully all the way to the Middle East. We get Tom sometimes from Saudi Arabia and some folks as well from the middle part of Europe. So it's truly an honor to bring you the show every day. And every now and then, we might get Glenn from Australia popping in to say hello. So we get that third continent as well. So thank you for the thumbs up. That's always encouraging. Thank you, guys. Let's welcome everybody to the show. First of all, from Dominica, it's Ishmael. Ishmael, good to see you, my friend. That's Japan 7-2, India, Mike Sierra from Dominica in the Caribbean. Thank you for being here. Check this out. Kilo 2. Foxtrot India Golf. Louis Lopez. Oh, right. I love ham radio. Thanks for being here. It's an honor to have you here today, Louis. Thank you. Hey, went on 10, man. That's pretty cool. 10 meters working good today. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That means 6. Think about it. When 10's working, the magic band 6 could work as well. Take a look on 6 meters. See what's happening there. You might be surprised. Today's show, we're going to be working a little bit on the general questions. We haven't done any test questions in a long time. And the whole purpose of the station, the whole show originally was set up to help people get licensed, because I myself made the mistake of not getting it done soon enough. And I don't want other people to make the same mistake. So I'd like to thank you for coming to the show. And I know that the mic is a little hot today, a little hotter. I noticed that yesterday's show was just a little bit too, how do I say this the right way? It was just too low. I wasn't happy with that. Easier to turn the volume down than try and bring it up, and there's no more to bring up, right? So that's the reason why we're where we're at. So thank you very much. We're going to work on the general questions today, and then we'll do some QSOs, hopefully maybe with you. That would be pretty cool. Let's see what's going on. Jason, what headphones do I use? That's from Whiskey 1, Alpha Sierra Papa. These are the Bose 700s. So the Bose 700s, they're great noise canceling. I have both the QC35s and then these. The QC35s are excellent. They're a great headphone. It's just that these just really are so much quieter. They're fantastic. But of course, I use a cord because, number one, I don't want any latency. Number two, it's just easier for me to use it that way. I'm an old radio guy. I'm used to plugging headphones in. It's the way it works. So this way. Ishmael from Dominica, I know, but can't transmit on 6. Thanks, Louis, for the mic report. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a little low. Wasn't happy with it. It's a work in progress. You know, it's something that when you work with different processing as well as interfaces, it can make a difference. So you try and find that delicate balance. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to work on some test questions today. Hope you like the open. We're going to bring those opens in as a classic nod to television that's long gone. Think about it. Most of us grew up with television stations that went off the air at midnight or right about midnight. Remember the late movie? And then they do the news or something and a quick sign off with the national anthem, right? And then, or test pattern, and then the static would come on. Kind of a neat memory from the past. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll give some classic TV sign-offs here and sign-ons as we do the shows, just as a nod to broadcasting. All right, let's get on those general test questions to start with today. Going to try and get people like Fred and Scott, get them licensed up for that general. You know, the general gives you 97% of the frequencies out there. Hi, Andy, all the way from Great Britain. What a joy to see you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, he's Mike 7, X-Ray, India Tango. Andy, thanks for joining the show. What a joy it is to see you. The only live ham radio podcast that's like a radio show that's out there on YouTube. We're honored to have you. Every day, try and do it at 1900 UTC. However, the oral surgeon appointment today messed us up, so I apologize being late. Okay, first question. Which of the following describes the function of a two-input AND gate? Now, we're talking about a transistor, okay? On an AND gate, remember, when you have an AND gate, okay, output is high only when both inputs are high, okay? So AND means one and the other. Best way to remember it for your test when you're trying to get your general, okay? An AND means output is high when only both inputs are high. So remember it this way. Output high when one and the other are high, okay? If you're talking about an OR gate on a transistor, an OR gate works this way. It is output is high if one or the other input is high, okay? That's how they work. So either and or, pretty easy to remember that way. Thanks for all the thumbs up, you guys. Wow. I appreciate it. We'll do our very best to help you out. Thank you so much. Ishmael, we'll do a QSO on 40 and 80. I'm excited for that. That would be fun. We'll do that. You know, Ishmael, I've done a ton of work into the Caribbean. Love to work with you. That would be a bunch of fun. Maybe today. We'll see. How about that? James is here from the UK. Mike 7, Bravo X-Ray Tango. Welcome to the show. Hey, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Louis. Appreciate that. By the way, love the cans, man. The cans and the boom mic. That's pretty sweet looking. Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing. Love that. And thanks for the compliment too. The whole idea, let me tell you, Louis, the whole idea was I waited too long to be licensed. I didn't know they took code out. I was dyslexic on code. I couldn't do code. Well, it didn't mean that I was stupid or didn't know radio. I knew it quite well. I was in commercial broadcasting for a long time, but I couldn't do code. Didn't make me a bad ham radio operator, just meant at one point of ham radio communications, I struggled. It's a mode of communication, but I knew theory. So when it came time to do the test, was blessed to pass all three at once, but I had a long time in radio to begin with and a pretty long history in, DXing. So that helped out a lot. I just don't want other people to make the mistake of waiting too long or thinking it's too hard. You can pass that test. You can join us on the air, and we want you to. We desperately do, okay? We need more ham radio operators. We really do. Next general question. This gives you 97% of the frequencies, folks, okay? And this goes with Ishmael's thing, okay? Working 10, saying 10 meters is open today. Which of the following is a good indicator of the possibility of skywave propagation on the 6-meter band? The answer is short skip skywave propagation on the 10-meter band. Now, this is a trick question. You have to read the question carefully. Look what it says. Skywave propagation. Skywave propagation is short skip in all circumstances, okay? Skywave is nearly straight up and down, or NVIS, near vertical incident skywave, okay? So what it means is short skip. So remember, if you see this question, Which of the following is a good indicator of the possibility of skywave propagation on the 6-meter band? Don't get confused with B, long skip skywave, because it's wrong. It'll be short skip, okay? Because we're talking about skywave. Remember that, okay? That's a trick one. Don't get stuck with that one, okay? That's important. That's my airplane pilot headphones. It was in the plane when I took the selfie. Oh, man, I've always wanted to be a pilot. I'm serious. I've always wanted to do that. And it's weird because I'm afraid of heights. Isn't that funny? I'm afraid of heights, but it's true. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's good. Hey, Ishmael, thanks, man. I'm glad you're listening to the live stream while you're doing some housework. That's the whole point, man. The whole point of the show, truly, is to really make it listenable. It's to put the phone in your pocket, go on a walk, and listen for a while. Be entertained for a half hour or so, and just enjoy ham radio and interaction from people around the world. Again, multiple continents. I'm so blessed. Multiple continents join the show. So thank you for that. I mean that sincerely. Next question. Man, why did this pop up a third time? I went with a different question. I want answers. Okay, sorry. Next question. What causes HF for new hams? HF means high frequency propagation conditions to vary periodically in a 28-day cycle. Okay, so propagation is never stable. That's one thing to understand for people who would like to get in ham radio. It's never the same, okay? It does vary. So there are things that can cause it to, be different. One of them, solar flares. They can really disrupt high frequency communication between points. Another one is C, the sun's rotation on its axis. When you see this question pop up, okay, the answer is given. A, long-term oscillations in the upper atmosphere. That's a made-up story, okay? Don't even believe that. B, cyclic variation in the Earth's radiation belts. Another really cool answer. Sounds technical, but it's not it. D, the position of the moon in its orbit. Now that can throw people. Yep. But the answer is C, the sun's rotation on its axis. That's what causes HF propagation, to continue, maybe vary a little bit in its strength, okay, in a 28-day cycle. So sometimes the sun just causes some issues with our propagation. It's a totally normal thing. All right. Wow, you guys are really active. Look at this, Louis. Please take a moment to share the channel with ham friends. No one has ever said that here. Thank you. That's really a compliment. To me, that's the ultimate compliment. Louis, thank you. Thank you very much, Luis. Wow. Thank you. Sincerely, that touches me very, very much. You need to know that. That's true and sincere. That means a lot. Thanks for saying that. All right, next question. These are two of them, okay? And this is a different Q signal. We don't talk about this, and we haven't yet. What does the Q signal, QRV, or Quebec Radio Victor, mean? A, you're sending too fast. B, there is interference on the frequency. C, I am quitting for the day. Or D, I'm ready to receive messages. Okay, QRV is used in digital modes, things like, Morse code. If you send the QRV signal, it means you're ready to receive messages. QRV, okay? So if you're sending too fast, you're going to get QRS, okay? Means slow down. S at the end, slow down. All right. B, interference on the frequency, QSB, okay? Oh, that's fading, sorry. QRM. So the QRM could be man-made, or it could be, environmental, which is its cousin, QRN. Okay, QRT is I'm quitting for the day. QRT, quitting. Easy way to remember those. QRV I'm ready to receive messages. So think of the R and the V as receive. Okay? Q, receive. RV, receive. Ready to receive messages. Easy way to remember it. All right, next question. What skills learned during hidden transmitter hunts, which are quite rare, but they do exist, are of help to the amateur radio auxiliary? Is it A, identification of out-of-band operation? That sounds plausible, doesn't it? B, direction finding used to locate stations violating FCC rules. C, identification of different call signs. Or D, hunters have an opportunity to transmit on non-amateur frequencies. In this case, the answer is B. The skills that are learned when you're doing hidden transmitter hunts are direction finding, and they're used to help you find an FCC violating station. Yeah. So you got that guy that's, on 80 meters, it's a complete bonehead that wants to talk, over people and use foul language. Here's the way to find him. That's it right there. And it can be helpful, especially when you're talking about trying to find stations that are violating FCC rules. Amateur Auxiliary does little field day tests like this where they'll hide a transmitter and they'll have 3 coordinating receivers. Okay, they'll be using typically a loop antenna or directional, and they will coordinate, they'll triangulate the signal between the 3 and find it by using all 3 locations. They triangulate on that transmitter. That's how it works. Yeah, next question. I'll get to your comments, I promise. Okay. Which of the following is true concerning access to frequencies in non-emergency situations? Okay. So in layman's terms, is there any, hierarchy? Is there any special, level that you need to, achieve to be able to have access to frequencies? Do you have to be, the best of the best to be able to have access to, say, 7.179 megahertz? Okay, on 40 meters. No. Except during FCC declared emergencies, no one has priority access to frequencies, and that includes nets, believe it or not. You can have a net that's been on a frequency for 30 years, but they do not get priority to that frequency. People that work ham radio simply follow the rules and volunteer to accept it. So they say, okay, you've had a net here forever, we'll move, okay? But it doesn't mean the net has priority there. That's something to keep important, right? Remember that, because while we don't want to mess nets up, and that's not what our role is, it's important to know that nets don't even have priority, okay? All right. Martin from the Netherlands is here. Welcome, my friend. Took 20 years to get the right mindset. Learned full ham in 1 year. Good for you. And we're so glad you did. Congratulations. We're so glad you did, Martin. What a joy it is. Martin's call sign, Papa Echo 2, Tango India Golf. Thank you. Ishmael in Dominica. Have at present the best radio on island of Dominica, and ICOM 9100. Congratulations, buddy. Wow. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. And check this out. Speaking of Australia, here he is. Glenn Stevenson, Victor Kilo 2, Golf Sierra Tango. Glenn, it's really early where you are, man. Gosh, I know how early it is. Thank you for being here. That's a pretty early morning for you for coming on the show. It means the world to me. Thank you very much, Glenn. So we have Europe, North America, and Australia. Wow. I can't believe that I get to do this and that you guys all come. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next question. Again, this is on the general exam in the U.S. to try and help people, but it can help people in other countries too that might have similar tests, to learn these principles and answers. Okay. Which mode is commonly used for voice communications on the 17-meter and 12-meter bands? This is worldwide. So this is an answer that will help you wherever you are. Remember this. If you are on 30 meters or lower in number, okay? So don't confuse frequency with meter numbers, because the higher the meters, okay, the lower the frequency. The lower the meters, the higher the frequency. So it's kind of backwards, but don't make them confusing, okay? Simple. 30 meters and lower are upper sideband. The only exception is 60 meters, okay? On 60 meters in the US, on 60, it's upper sideband, okay? That's just the way it was set up. But on 17 and 12, it is upper sideband, okay? So 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, 10, 6, upper sideband. Also, you can do some FM as well. That's the answer there, okay? So remember, upper sideband, if another way to remember it is anything at 10 megahertz or higher is upper sideband. 10 megahertz or higher is upper sideband, with the exception of 60 meters, which is that 5 meter area, right there is upper sideband as well. That's the only exception. Otherwise, everything below 10 meters is lower sideband. It's the other way to remember it, okay? All right, next question on the gentle, just about 4 more. We'll get into the show a little deeper. When must you add the special identifier Alpha Golf, which is AG, after your call sign? If you are a technician class licensee and have the certificate for completion, which is the CSCE for general class operator privileges, but the FCC has not yet posted your upgrade of the license, on its website. Okay. In layman's terms, breaking this all down, you've taken your test to upgrade to general and you passed it, right? But the FCC doesn't know about it. When do you get privileges to use? Right away. Right after walking out that test door, you go home, you can get on the frequencies that are good for generals. However, it is proper practice to say your call sign and AG, okay? So it might be like this, okay? My first call sign was Alpha 7 GUM. So A7 GUM/AG. That's what I would say, okay? So it'd be Alpha 7 Golf Uniform Mike/AG, okay? Before I took the vanity call of K7HN. That's how you do it, okay? It's just good practice. So when do you do it? It's whenever you operate using general class frequency privileges, which for most technicians that move up to general, that's when they're using anything other than 10 meters or 6, because that's all you get for sideband unless you're using digital modes, right? So there you go. That's when you use AG. My goodness, look at this. You'll be seeing me more, Ishmael. I'm glad. Thank you, Ishmael. You make my day. You honor me. Thank you. That's very nice. Ken, great. Aw, look at this. From the UK. You're welcome for the email, Ken. You're very welcome. Yeah. As conditions between us improve this solar cycle, we're going to make that contact. We won't need big beams and kilowatts, that's for sure. Once the solar numbers come up, what Ken's talking about is really important for young hams to understand. You don't need an amplifier and you don't need a giant directional antenna once we get the sunspots up. Remember, we're coming up out of the bottom of the sunspot cycle, okay? When we get sunspots, those sunspots help to really charge up the ionosphere in a way that allows radio waves to go up and have more strength, meaning that you'll be able to go much farther, and you'll be able to use frequencies that right now are not even usable during the daytime, nighttime. For example, 20 meters, you'll use it 24/7 once we're getting towards the peak of the sunspot cycle. So for about 1.5 or 2 years, 20 meters is going to be 24/7. You're going to have sometimes night propagation on 15 and 17 and 10 and 12. It'll be phenomenal. It'll be wonderful. And there's some forecasts that say that solar cycle 125 will be really good too. There are some that say it's going to be weak like 124 was, but there are some that say 125 is going to be a dynamite sun cycle. So be ready, because the sunspots are increasing and our QSOs are only going to get better, okay? For new hams, remember, sunspots are the ham radio operator's very best friends. There's no doubt about that. All right, next few on the general, just to get it done. Okay, what's the maximum symbol rate permitted for radio teletype? That's RTTY for new hams, or data emission transmitted at frequencies below 28 megahertz. So you're on radio teletype, or you're using data. Okay, you're using data stuff, right? It's 300 baud. Just remember 300 baud. So you're going to see this question on the 20 meter band, and you're going to see it on 40, and you're going to see it on 80. Just remember, it's always 300 baud. Anything below 10 meters is 300 baud. It's an easy way to remember that. Okay. By the way, baud. Interesting question, right? Baud. What the heck is baud, right? Sometimes people wonder what baud is. Like, why is it baud? What does that mean? It's actually in honor of the person who discovered it, okay? The baud code actually is an early character encoding for telegraphy. I don't know if you know that. It was invented by Emily Baudot in the 1870s. True story. Yeah. It was the predecessor to the International Telegraph Alphabet. Baudot, from Emily Baudot, way back in 1870. And as ham radio operators, man, we hang on to the past. So we still, pay homage to it. Hertz, right? Heinrich Hertz. Decibel, right? Alexander Graham Bell. Decibel. All right. Next two questions. Last two. All right. Which of the following frequencies is in the general class portion of the 40 meter band? Okay, so now you're in the general class. Remember, you get 97%, but not 100. Which of the following frequencies here? Let's take a look. Now remember, they're talking 40 meters. If you ever have a question of what meter band you're in, this is a really good way to help you, okay? You'll be able to bring a calculator in with you to the test, okay? All you do is you take the number 300, all right? And then you take it and you divide it by whatever frequency they give you. That's it. Take your calculator, 300 divided by the frequency is going to tell you which band it is, which meter band. Okay. If you do that, you're going to find that C and D are not even on 40 meters. Okay. So they're out. They're completely out. 7.5 megahertz isn't even on 40 anymore. 40 ends at 7.3 megahertz. Just keep that in mind, okay? 7.3 megahertz is the end of the 40 meter band for ham band, okay? Shortwave, yeah, they're up there. They're at 7.5, but not hams. So 7.250 is the only answer available. That's the one that you can use in the general class. Just remember, generals, you can use any frequency in the United States from 7.175 up to 7.3. But keep in mind, it's lower sideband. So that means your privileges cannot go below 7.175. So technically, you can transmit from 7.178 up to 7.3. Okay? Remember, lower sideband minus 3 kilohertz. So 7.178, 3 kilohertz down, puts you at 7.175. That's the reason why. All right. Last question on the general. When may an amateur station transmit communications in which the licensee or control operator has a pecuniary, and they put in parentheses, monetary interest? All right, let's break this down. When can you sell stuff on ham radio? That's really when you break it down what it means. When can you sell stuff? Okay. The answer, and I know I don't have all four, but the answer is kind of long, so I left it alone. It's A, when other amateurs are being notified of the sale of apparatus normally used in amateur radio, okay, and such activities not done on a regular basis. So don't become the eBay channel of ham radio. Hey, I've got myself a K4 today, K4, do it, K4, got a bid, K4. No, don't do that. And the next day, whoa, got myself an MFJ 998 tuner. Do I hear 200? Got 200 from Afghanistan. How about 300 from Finland? Thank you, Finland. Don't do that. Just every now and then, if you have something for sale, just mention it. Hey, you know what? I got a K3 for sale and it's loaded up on filters and I'd like to be able to get whatever out of it. Okay? That's it. It's okay to do that, but just don't do it all the time. You know, you can say it from time to time, but don't make it a regular practice. Okay? That's it. Welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. Let's catch up with your comments. Glenn, it says between the Yaesu FTDX 101D and the ICOM 7610, do you think the difference between them is worth the extra cost for the Yaesu? Glenn, I love the 7610. I do. I really do. I had the 101 and I'm used to using the 101. I think the 101 has much better noise reduction. It's noticeably better than the ICOM, okay? I love the ICOM screen 10 times better than I like the Yaesu. It's much crisper, it's brighter, it's just more pretty to look at. That's the best way I describe that, okay? The filters, I think, were better on the ICOM. Now, keep in mind, the Yaesu is a hybrid SCR. What it does is it uses a 9 megahertz front end. So think of it this way. The HF bands, okay, come in all the way to, in the US, to about 55 megahertz, right? Okay. On the Yaesu, they have a 9 megahertz front end. So it's a real narrow front end. It comes in bringing in a narrow frequency, all right? From there, it goes to the ADD converter, which is to digitize everything and work its way through the system. Goes through the field programmable gate array, which tells the radio how to do its stuff, okay? The radio has 3 antenna inputs, okay? You can use it, the third one, as an RX, which is cool, okay? On the 7610, you get 2 SO239s, plus you get a BNC connector for an RX antenna, plus you get a transverter, which is nice. Okay, that's good to have. The color adjustability is infinite on the 7610 to change the way the screen looks. You can use any color combination you want for intensity, for the waterfall, okay, for the fill line. They're infinite, okay? On the 101, they're preset. Every one of them is just a set of presets. I didn't care for that so much, okay? I think for the money, I like the 7610 better. I do. That's my opinion. And I've had the 101, so I know the radio really, really well. Now, it depends on how much you love DNR. If you really are a big fan, Glenn, of a strong DNR that doesn't get too overpowering and too watery, you'll like the 101, most likely, because it's a really good DNR. Also, you get VC Tune, which essentially is a variable capacitor passband. It takes and attenuates the strong signals down so you can work the passband better, okay? It kind of narrows down the passband for you, helps attenuate strong signals down to help you work weak ones. That's how it works. Yaesu has ICOM has a similar type of product to that on the 7610 that does essentially the same thing. And the name of it escapes me at this point. I think at the end of the day, I love the 7610. I really do. I mean, it's cheaper. It does the same thing. It just really depends on how valuable that noise reduction is, because I think it's more superior on the Yaesu. I do. But I think the screen is much better on the ICOM. And before anybody says, well, the ICOM screens are bad, they had burn-in problems. They did, you're right. But ICOM changed manufacturers, and they also offered to take back the 7610s that had the burn-in problem and replace them with new screens. So ICOM stood behind their product, which is really admirable, okay? I like the 7610, but I don't hate the 101. How's that for trying to walk the fence? If it was me, I'd buy the 7610. I would. That's just me. But I do love the 101 because I love that DNR. All right, what we got here? Okay. Louis, I'm a huge Yaesu fan. Digital C4FM really possible on HF? No, not C4FM on H. No, not at least on the 101s or the FTDX10. Now on the 991 AS, keep in mind it's an FM mode, not an HF mode. C4FM as well as the Yaesu D-Star are both FM carrier modes. So it's not an HF, it's VHF, but it's still pretty cool. Great point, Luis. I like it. Really do. Great point there. And they're very popular. If you've ever had the chance to listen to D-Star or Wires X, which is the system fusion for Yaesu, man, it sounds like FM. It's pure. It's crisp. It's clean. There is zero static. They're brilliant. They're really cool to listen to. And you really kind of go in these little, I don't know, it's an internet-based thing where you go in through chat rooms and you talk to people in different countries. It's fantastic. It's really fantastic. There's no static. You're just all of a sudden talking to somebody halfway around the world with no static. But it goes through the internet. So for me, it's like, not really a contact. Hi there, Gunter. RF Maniacs. Welcome to Germany. Good to see you, buddy. Good afternoon to you. Yep, Gunter's in the house. Tom has made it back. My goodness, all the way from Saudi Arabia. Tom, welcome to the show. Hi, Larry. 400 meter, not good tonight. That's good to know. That's good to see. What's neat about this? Okay, Tom is all the way in the Middle East. So Tom is in Saudi Arabia, and he's, the nighttime's coming, right? For people that are in Europe, North America. And here's Tom's report. 40 meters, not good tonight in ITU1. Was out for a while tonight. Mobile, only one contact. One. Was remembering Gunter not to give up. Enjoying your show from Bahrain. Thank you, Tom. You're in Bahrain today? Okay, good. Good to see you here, man. Good to have you back in Bahrain. You're just in Saudi Arabia. You're a traveling dude. That's cool. I like that. I would love to see the Middle East someday. That would be good. All right. Glenn, you're very welcome. And Gunter prefers any icon before. This is one of those things. I don't want border wars on radios because we're just blessed to have all these radios to choose from. Gosh, you guys, it's 2021. There's only 3 million of us out there. And to have these manufacturers making these transceivers is so important because there's not a lot of profit margin here when you think about it. And competition's fierce. It really is. So, all radios have their advantages. They do. And they all have their disadvantages. It just depends on what you like. I love Yaesus. I love the noise reduction. They're phenomenal. How they do it to me is phenomenal. Really is. But the screens, ICOM's really searching to get into that younger ham audience with those color touch screens. They really are. Let's take a look at K3. See if we can make anything happen today. It's a little washed out, isn't it? What's going on? I don't like that. Hang on, see if we can get a little change to it. I don't know. Let me see if I can make it work a little better for the screen. I don't like it to look this way at all. This is terrible. I'm usually a lot better on my well, that's worse. Okay, and that's worse. I'm so sorry, guys. Don't mean to look this bad. Well, we may just have to turn the screen off, maybe. Let me try and do that. Hang on. Let me get in the menu, and we'll try and get the screen off here. Is that better? That's better. We'll use 2. At least we got some color to it. That's fine. Okay. All right, so we're on 17. Let's see what we can do. Again, we're on the Elecraft K3, not K3S. And this does not have the synth boards. No synth boards in this radio, just the K3. It is very well loaded up with SSB filters, though. It's got all the good ones, from the 2.7 to the 1.8. and the 2.4. Pretty weak. Pretty weak. All right, let's go to 20 unless we can find somebody lower. Boy, Tom, you're right. Oh, my. We may not get anything today. Let's try and go down to 20. To 40, I mean, excuse me. I'm sorry, 20. What's going on with me? 20. It's 40. We're going on 20 meters, not 40. Come on, Larry. Wake up, Larry. Just reset the filters. I don't know if you know this. On the K3, when you adjust, for example, the bandpass shift, right? You're adjusting the shift, right? And you're moving it back and forth, right? Okay. If you go too far, just hold it and click it. It'll reset. See, now it's back to normal. Same thing with the width. If you're moving your bandwidth, now I'm at 2.7. Let's say, for example, I want to expand it, right? So I move it out. And let me get the DNR off. Hold on, I'm going to turn this turn the volume down because you'll blow your ears out. See what I mean? All right. So on bandwidth, see, let's say I want to hurry and get back to 2.7, which is its default. There it is, 2.7. Okay. So, or 2.8, excuse me. So we'll go down and back up, and then connect back, and we're back to where we started again. Okay. That's nice on the K3s. And the K4 will be the same.
Archery hunting, and when I do that, I tell Curie probably, I know you love that compound bow, and I don't blame you, but we can use the crossbow. And it's just, easier for me, which I mostly...
So we're on 20 meters here, 14.269.
The bow is cocked. I don't have to do any movement. So if I'm sitting there and something's I've hit them. I thought I could.
We're going to get that to Thor. We'll get your comment, Thor. It's a great comment.
I had one buck come.
Going to wait for a quick shot to say hello.
I heard something, but I didn't turn. Of course, if I turned, I probably scared him. But he ended up like two steps to my left. I could kind of turn my eyes without turning my head. I was a little leery of the deal. But
just turn down the output power here.
Finally, he went forward, and he got...
and you saw that right. See, we're at 20 watts. I'm going to try and make this QSO at 20 watts. Actually, let's go 25.
I didn't move. He couldn't make me move, I guess. He was trying to make me move. Probably, he was...
No, the pass band?
6'4". So I've hit him really close.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
That's 7,200. I have not on. I didn't give you a lot up on the equipment. I'm running a Quick 6,600 count, which has the knobs on it. Has the Metro built into the box. So it looks like a radio. Got the LED screen.
Like I've told you before, I love to work lower power. I don't just like to run the amp for those that think I do. For me, lower power is fun because it's a challenge.
Right now, it looks like it's 900 to 1,000.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
How much your hunting bow? What kind of poundage? poundage is your hunting bow there. You like to shoot AB0. Like Papa Victor, of course, that's it.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Is that dead? He's dead, Jim. Either we got so much fade there on 20, or we lost them completely, or they just stopped. All right, let's move on. This is such a great transceiver. Real sensitive and selective. Very good. Nothing there. Boy, Tom, I think you nailed it. Pretty dead. Pretty weak. All right, let's see if we can make our own RF here. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to run, let's run at 10 watts. I'd like to show some folks the foundation licenses in the UK that this actually is more than you think. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully make a QSO. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to start with higher power, okay? We'll go higher power. We'll see what we can do, okay? We're going to check frequency at high power. Hang on. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. All right, let's go down. 10 watts. Perfect, 10 watts. Notch is on auto. So just, we had this question there on the notch. So I've got it on auto notch. I like this redder on auto notch. We're good. So we're good. As for the noise blanker, my noise blanker, there you go. We'll give you, sorry about that. You know what? I didn't remember it was off. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know, Ishmael. Thank you. CQ on 20. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. QRP calling CQ. CQ. Kilo 7 Hotel November. QRP. Kilo 7 Hotel November. QRP calling CQ. We're broadcasting live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube and streaming to the world. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. QRP calling CQ and listening. And you never know. We may not get a darn thing. CQ, QRP. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ, QRP. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ, live on ham radio, live on YouTube, and streaming to the world. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, running QRP, calling CQ and listening. We'll give it 3 shots. CQ, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, on 20, Kilo 7 Hotel November, running QRP, calling CQ, live on YouTube and listening. Ishmael, thanks for the reminder again. On the noise blanker and the preamp too. Never run a preamp on 20. I was running it because we did the I used the RX antenna. Try one more. CQ on 20 meters. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November running QRP. Kilo 7 Hotel November running QRP, calling CQ. CQ on 20 meters, live on ham radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, running QRP and podcasting on YouTube, calling CQ on a final time and listening. That was awkward. Somebody tuning. Hear the tone. That's a tuner. I have to narrow down my passband to about 2.5. We'll try one more. Since someone's tuning. CQ, final call. Kilo 7 Hotel November, QRP calling CQ. CQ on 20 meters, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ, running QRP, live on ham radio, live on YouTube, CQ, QRP, on ham radio live on YouTube, calling CQ, K7 Hotel November, QRP, calling CQ and listening. All right. Good enough. Good enough. Let me try one more thing for you. Oh, hold on. Again. All right, so we got someone close. Let's listen. Hold on. Maybe make the call. Maybe not. One more scan. Digital mode. Birdie. Pretty weak. Let's try 17 once more. Now is when your preamp is okay to use, right here. So we're good. Okay, so we're going to make sure that our auto notch is up. We'll use our noise blanker. Let's take a listen. Digital. There we go. Let's give it a shot. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Oh, missed it. Let's listen. Maybe we'll get a shot. And fade. Yeah, another day, guys. We'll do this another day because, in all honesty, you're going to run QRP. You need better conditions. And honestly, I don't want to mess up your day by making it to be an hour show that's just watching me listen on the radio, make calls that aren't being heard. Not worth it. Let's get your comments because that's the best part of the show. Always you guys are. Thank you so much. And Ishmael, correct. Notch filters, noise blanker. They were not on. Thank you for reminding me. You know, I use this radio so many times in different places in different ways that I just forget they're on. So thanks for the catch. Good work, my friend. Good work. Gunter in Germany says mostly 2 hours after sundown, 20 meters is nearly dead here. Before sundown, hard to find a free frequency because it's crowded then. Yes, and that's the way it is. However, as we go up through the sunspots and more come, 20 meters is going to be hot. You'll love it. Going to be really strong. So 20 will be good, Gunter. Hang in there with it. Yep. Nothing heard in Minnesota. Have QRM on 0.340. Thanks for the signal report in Minnesota, Thor. Appreciate that. You're a good man. Thank you, sir. Let's see. You're hearing anything on K2FIG on this frequency? Nope. Can't at all. Let's see. Little QRM there in Dominica. Patience and persistence. That is the way to work. Wants to try 40. 40 is pretty tough right now. Ishmael, 40 is pretty tough. I'll tell you what. Let's give it a shot. Why not? You're here. You're here, man, from Dominica. Let's give it a try, all right? Let me go with some power, though, okay? Hang on. So we're going to go with some power. And we will go, whoops, we're going to go down to, we'll go down to 40. Okay. Excuse me. Let me try 7.188. Check frequency. Hang on. Let me get some more power. I'm going to go with 30 watts because I'm going to drive the amp. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Just wanted to check power output there. Sorry, got a little away from the mic. All right, let's give it a shot. You're at 7.210 now. All right, let me bump up. I got some QRN here, man. Some QRM. Somebody's close. Hear that? Expand it out. Yeah. There's somebody there. We can try it, Ishmael. Is this frequency available? This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. If you can hear that signal request, and this is for Japan 72 IMS. Okay, now's the time. Let me know if you hear it. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Oregon. Oh, Ishmael, do you hear me at 7.12? Sorry, 210. If you hear the frequency check, okay, then you know it's possible. Okay, so listen carefully at 7.210 and see if you can hear me checking frequency. Okay, that's going to be our best hope to see if we can make that call to Dominica. Okay, let's give it a shot. So back to 7.210, Ishmael, and let's see what we can do, buddy. Yeah, we can't do that. They're just 1 kc down. All right. Sorry, man. We're going to have to do 188. We are going to have to do 188 because I can't jump on a guy that's 1 kc down. So, sorry, my friend. We are going to have to go to 7.188 to try and make this happen. Ishmael, I don't think we're going to be able to make this call, to be honest with you. You know, to be honest, man, conditions just aren't right. The studio audience agrees. No. Conditions just aren't good on 40, man. They're just not, but we'll give it a shot, okay? We'll try. I'm going to try and make the call to you. We'll see if we can do it, okay? Give it a shot. 7.188. Let's give it a roll. Here we go. 7.188 to Ishmael in the Dominica. That's in the Caribbean, okay? Gonna bump up the power just a skosh. Here we go. Let's try it. Is this frequency available? This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Oregon. Check my meter. Check my power, guys. Hang on. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. It's about 800 watts, so we're good. Juliet 72. India, Mike Sierra, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Do you copy? Over. Try it one more time, buddy. Try it one more time. Juliet 72, India, Mike Sierra, Kilowatt 7, Hotel November. Do you copy? Over. Yeah. Not there, buddy. Just not today. It's okay. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, the whole point of it is to make the call and make the try, right? And I'm okay with that. I'll do that anytime. If you want to, just let me know, okay? I can't do it every show, but I'll do my best, okay? I always will. I promise you, okay? That's from Oregon to Dominica, and that's a call that I can typically make. It's, gee whiz, I've worked, I don't know how many islands in the Caribbean. I've been blessed to do that. So, Ishmael, it'll happen. Just be patient. Just today's not real good for 40. That's all. It's just propagation. That's all. Where are we at? Let's take a look. Thor, hi Gunter. Happy Tuesday to you. All well here in Viking land of Minnesota. Yes, very good. And, you know, Thor said something I want to get back to. It's real good. He said, hang on, let me find it. I love the comment. Here it is. The radio you have, or the radio you can afford, is the best radio for you. All radios have pluses and minuses. It's the old Ford versus Chevy debate. They both get it down the road, right? They both get you where you want to go. Okay. That's okay. Just, we really do. And I said this on Sunday's show. I really hope the people in the ham community can someday get to the point where they stop knocking manufacturers. I mean that. You may not like them, but just talk about how you like your radio. Leave it at that, okay? But when you talk down on somebody else's radio, not only does that hurt their feelings, which you might say, I don't care if it hurt their feelings. It's not right. It's still not right to hurt somebody. So do the right thing. Say, well, you know, I really like my Yaesu. I'm glad you like your ICOM. Cool. That's great. It's a good way to handle that because there are tons of people who have ICOMs and they love them, myself included. So please understand. And I love Yaesu. Got one right there. Okay. So it's not that I don't like Yaesu or hate them or like them better than ICOM. It's just what you have and that you like it. That's all that matters. That's the whole point of it all. We're all here to have fun. So let's enjoy each other and lift each other up. That's the most important part. Okay. Let's see. A few other comments before we close the show and wrap her in a bow. Let's see. Let's see. Leif Eklund. Leif, where are you from, man? I am in Oregon. Cretaceous Independence, Oregon. Where are you at? I'm interested to know. Love to be able to find that out. So Jonathan barely could hear me in California on 40. I'm not surprised. 40 is pretty rough. All is the best. Love his 9100 there in the Dominica, which is pretty good. And Gunter says, had so much fun with a simple Yaesu FT 747 Golf X-Ray or an Alinco DX77. Again, it's what you have that works for you, that makes you happy. And that's all that matters. We're all here to have the same experience, right? We're all here to have fun. Thanks for watching Am Radio Live. Please hit the subscribe button. We do not monetize here. All I ask is that you please hit subscribe because the channel's here to help people either get on the air and those that have ham shacks to have better ham shacks. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'm going to have a special Easter egg at the beginning, at the end of every show. When I say goodbye, don't leave. There's something coming, okay? From the shack of Kilo 7 Hotel November, it's my pleasure to say thank you from 3 continents, North America, Australia, and Europe for being here, as well as the Middle East. My pleasure and honor it's been to join you today on this Tuesday. Until tomorrow at 1900 UTC, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching the show.
This is station WABC TV New York, Channel 7, key station in the ABC television network. WABC TV studios are located at the ABC Television Center, 7 Lincoln Square, New York. Programs are transmitted from the top of the World Trade Center in Manhattan with a frequency of 174 to 180 megahertz. WABC TV operates on Channel 7 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. Now speaking for the entire staff, this is Wally Parker wishing you a pleasant good night and inviting you to join us this morning at 6:55 for more outstanding entertainment on Channel 7. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.